The final thing you need to do in the chapter is complete the editing task, which you'll see at the end of each chapter, and this lets you earn an A on each assignment. If you just match the book, you're going to have a B. So the editing tasks are just doing a few extra things to give your document a little more color, a little more design, and that earns you the A. So a lot of people, as they work ahead and they understand how this works, they just do the editing tasks as they go, but it's your choice, or just complete the chapter and then come and go back individually and fix those assignments up with the editing task before you submit them. So either way works, whatever your preference is, as you get more accustomed to how the class is going to work. So I'm going to start with the first one, which is the psychology of money. So I've already opened it up. So this is my completed one, but I have no formatting. So I'm going to the editing task on unit 2, and I'm going to be working through those items in there, and so you can see some of the things we'll be adding. The first option, or first item in this one, is in the white space at the bottom of your document, insert a graphic, picture or clip art of money. So to do that, I'm going to come up here to insert, I'm going to go out here to image, and I want to search the web to get this one. And you should have a pane on the right hand side that launches, and I'm going to search for money. And you could even do add the word clip art, and you'll get something a little more fun than just a picture of money. And then you can just insert whatever one you want. And then you just have to adjust it, the size, again holding the shift to keep it from distorting. And I want to wrap text, so I can drag it over here. After I've inserted the image, I have a couple options here. So one, I can put a border on here, which number 2, add a line border on the image. So I come up here to this border tool, and then I can just add some sort of line border. So maybe I'll just add this light blue. And then you can see I have a border on there, and I can click back on it, and I'll have some other image options if necessary. So lots of different things you can do with that. As we continue this one, we're going to change the margins and change our page color. So I've worked my way over here to File and Page Setup. And the margins, I can come over here. So it says change the left and right margins to 1.25. So I can just click in here and type in those margins. Then I can also change the page color while I'm in the same menu. So I can just come in here. In our sample it says pick light green 3. So I can come here, light green 1. And you can move your mouse over these, and the tooltip tells you the setting, much like when we're working in some of the Microsoft Word options. So I'm going to hit OK. Now you should see your page is light green. You've inserted the graphic with the border, and you've changed the margins a little bit. Since we already entered our footer, you can see it kind of booted my footer over, so I'm just going to backspace here to get it all back to one line. And then your document's all ready to go if it's this far along and you submit it. This is a perfect 10 out of 10 on this assignment. Next, we'll be moving to the Unit 2 Harbor Cafe for the editing tasks in full credit. I've included the completed product in Harbor Cafe. We have a few items to add to this one. So what I did to get it looking like this, in each section I added a special graphic. And again, once I insert them, I go to the special toolbar and wrap text to in front of text. Or when I select it, I click on this menu, because in front of text lets me drag it around the page without affecting anything else. The next thing we need to do is on these graphics that are in here, make sure you're selecting the picture formatting options, and then you have all your picture tools will light up. And when we say in the instructions we want to add dimension, we're talking about coming up here and adding some color, changing the color, changing any of these pictures, adding some borders, some shadows, any of these things you want, glows. Go through these options so you get familiar with them. And we're just doing that with all of these pictures. So when you say add dimension, we're talking about getting into this picture tool menu and modifying them. The final thing on this one is adding the border. The final thing again is the borders. So I'm going to come up here to the design tab, and I'm going to come over here and go to page borders, and then I have all kinds of options. The main thing is make sure you have it selected over here. So I have box, I have a style of line and the color I want and the width, and double check this little preview icon because some kids don't get it and they didn't realize that they weren't seeing anything in the preview. So this is like a double check. Then I can hit OK and I see the borders. So that really is a completed, perfectly done, full credit Harbor Cafe assignment. The final editing task is for Invest in Yourself. So I have that loaded, and actually I've completed this. So the two things to do are to change your border. So again, I'm going to design and page border, and just pick out any design you want. We just want you to be familiar with this menu. So again, I have box selected, a different type of style and color applied to the whole document. The second thing in addition was additional graphics. So I've just went to insert an online picture. So again, insert online picture, and then using this feature, I just again insert another money picture, so we can just search that and insert it. And again, we want you to go ahead and add dimension. So I come to my picture tools, and then I have all these other options here, and I can go ahead, toss a shadow on or bevel, some soft edges, whatever you kind of want. And it depends on your picture what's going to look good, because some will look good and some won't, depending on the picture you inserted. So now I have a completed full credit Invest in Yourself assignment. So make sure you double check with your teacher to get these submitted correctly in Schoology.